I came here to a car event and I did not expect to see this. This is a Porsche 935 and it is based on the 911 GT2 RS, and as you can see it doesn't really have headlights, and that's of course to make the car more aerodynamic. And then there's a couple of other changes that they've done to the body as well. So let's basically have a closer look at it, because this is a very limited edition track oriented car that you can buy for around 700,000 euros. Only 77 of these cars exist, so seeing them is of course a big opportunity. The wheels are different, and there's so many other design elements in this car that are honoring other, the previous racing cars of Porsche. So the design elements are very simple. You have massive air intakes in the front. You have some lights as well, because maybe you might want to use it on the track when there's low visibility or at night. A lot of air vents here as well, and then there's this massive vent here, so that of course lets the air out, which comes in through the front air intakes. And of course, when the front wheels are spinning, to let the excess air out, you have loops here on the fender, and then you have an racing style side mirrors as well, that you have on the 911 RSR, and I think I've seen it on another car as well, by Porsche. And then you have of course more blades here to let the air out when the front wheels are spinning, kind of like how you have flaps on the AMG one. The interior is basically fully race inspired, so the dash is from a normal car, but the interior is completely stripped off anything besides seat and a steering wheel and some controls, and that's pretty much it. Fuel, air, water, whatever you need, you can just fill it up here easily. And then you have racing wheels at the back as well. Look at that. So these special wheels, basically they are the rims, basically they allow to reduce drag, and they also have gaps in them to ventilate the brakes and allow air to pass through easily without creating pressure in the inside the fender, and of course to cool down the brakes. Now the body has been elongated, and then you can see it has carbon fiber these vertical wing that helps generate a little more downforce. And for proper downforce, you have this huge carbon fiber spoiler wing. And the weave on some parts of the car are very big, and some are very nice and very detailed. So it's a mixture of different types of carbon fiber. Like the carbon fiber on the rear is very different from the carbon fiber on the spoiler wing. And the rear, of course, has been redesigned, elongated, so it's like a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport with the elongated tail. Like, of course, you have any McLaren F1 as well. And then you have racing exhaust, racing lights integrated into the body. Pretty much no tail lights whatsoever. So, of course, this is not for road use. It has the same 3.8 liter 6-cylinder engine, which makes around 700 horsepower, which is pretty much the same as the standard GT2 RS. But of course, since this car is much lighter, much more aerodynamic, the performance is going to be very different. So what do you think about this car? I think this is an amazing car to see in real life, because I didn't expect it to be so long, and it's actually a little wider, also compared to a normal 911. And then without the headlights, it looks absolutely insane. It looks better in real life than I thought it would. I've seen some Porsche racing cars, some classic Porsches as well, besides 911s. And if you want to check out more Porsche videos, just head down to the video description. And there's another design element here. So you have an opening for the engine bay. That's of course to let the air in and keep the engine cool, while the engine is obviously going to be running at a very intensely when you're going on the racetrack. So what do you think about it? But I have another surprise for you, something even more exciting. So I'm here at a car event. You can see the typical JDM cars, but there's something here that is so much more exciting. Check this out. This is the Porsche 962. I didn't even know there was one here in Dubai. Wow. Look at it. Look at the Martini livery. It looks incredible. I love how both the Porsches are matching each other, even though they're so different from each other. And then you have the sheet for how you need to start this car, because this is not a normal car. I've seen the road version of this once when I was a kid. Took a picture of it with the analog camera, but never really got a chance to admire it up close like today. So it has a very long body, fixed spoiler wing, no need for any of those adjustable wings. you race with what you have. The rear actually has proper taillights, and then you have a fully exposed engine bay, very long diffuser, massive rear tires for extra grip and acceleration. So it's so low, it's so wide, it just outshines the 935 and pretty much anything that's here in this event. I love it. It is the highlight of this show. And then there's also a McLaren M6 GT. I have a separate video for that as well. So of course I'll be making a separate video of this. And every year I go to the Icons of Porsche event. I've seen a couple of other cars like the 962 and the 936 and the 911 GT1 that they brought from Porsche Museum. You'll find all the videos links in the video's description for Porsche videos such as the street legal GT1 and so many other interesting racing cars and concept cars as well. I came here